Overnight, Homer became the only fat person left in Springfield. The drunkards were shocked to discover that Barney had suddenly lost a dramatic amount of weight. One day apart felt like a famine had passed. Everyone suspected he had developed a terminal illness from drinking. Mo quickly pulled out a life insurance policy. It turned out he had bought high-value insurance policies for all the drunkards present, with himself as the beneficiary.
Beer's your drink, right?
No thanks.
But Barney said this was merely a side effect of his treatment for high blood sugar. However, the medication had another side effect, quitting alcohol and carbs. It was practically a self-discipline potion. Chief Wiggum, who had been obese for years, quickly caught wind of this. A few weeks later, the town had one less incompetent fat police chief and gained a detective who could run like the wind.
You had to put your hand in there. Hey, that's an order. I resign.
Seeing this, fat people everywhere eagerly paid to experience this painless weight loss treatment. Within just a few days, Springfield was completely transformed. Not only did Marge's twin sister become incredibly alluring, making viewers' hearts flutter, even Mr. Burns, already so thin, was pursuing the ultimate beauty.
Excellent.
However, faced with this sudden change sweeping the town, Homer remained unmoved. Bart was quite puzzled. Clearly, Homer was dragging down the town's overall weight loss ratio. But Homer said that once you use the medication, you no longer enjoy junk food, and only eating could help him relax.
Listen, boy, I would only go on medication if a doctor told me to. And I don't see doctors. Right, Marge?
As the only person in town with a fat husband, Marge felt immense pressure. She even began experiencing hallucinations. The weight loss injection suggested that the obese Homer simply wouldn't live long. The temptation of hunky men and the fear of death made Marge confess to Homer without hesitation.
Homer, wake up! I need you!
After some persuasion, the normally carefree Homer also began to feel a bit anxious. However, just as he was determined to get the injection, he discovered it wasn't that simple. Not only did this injection require continuous use, but it also wasn't covered by insurance. Now the medication was in short supply and could only be prioritized for those who needed it most.
The people are actually sick?
No, A-list Hollywood stars. It's the most difficult time of the year. Award season.
Left with no choice, Homer had to turn to black market dealer Fat Tony for the drug. Skinny Tony gave him an injection of questionable origin. Meanwhile, on her way home, Marge noticed people who were all lean and devoid of energy. The drug had not only drained their bodies and souls, but their faces were starting to sag.
Exactly. The most enormous beta test of all time, and you lab rats are paying us to be in it. Petite which means suckers.
Marge rushed home just as Homer was about to inject the medication. She quickly stopped him, withdrawing her chance at an 8-pack abs husband.
No.
Homer was quite confused by this.
I was wrong. I know it's the hot new trend, but so are fanny packs, tramp stamps, and Teslas.
I usually cover this with my fanny pack.
However, at that moment, there were many others who appreciated Homer's fat. Soon, Skinny Tony took Homer away and tied him up in a dark room. As the town's only fat person, Homer's fat could fill everyone's sagging faces. He only needed to eat voraciously and gain weight, while the machines behind him would handle everything else. But despite loving food all his life, he couldn't eat now because he wasn't in the right emotional state.
Wait to get your ass in my face.
You